tank of gas? Does he boots on the wood, let the whiskey pass? I ain't preaching from a pulpit.
All right, welcome everybody once again to the FAFO Podcast. And as always, we believe in having guests, and this next one is no exception. If you've ever played the sport of golf, you truly understand how frustrating it can be. Look, most golfers spend thousands of dollars chasing longer drivers and longer drives. But the fastest way to lower your score is usually found on the green. Today's guest has dedicated his career to helping golfers become better putters through a practical, proven system outlined in his book, Putting by the Numbers. Whether you're a weekend golfer or someone chasing a lower handicap, this conversation is packed with insights that could immediately improve your game. Please welcome Bob Labbe. And Bob, how bad did I mispronounce your last name?
It's Labbe like a hotel.
I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. At least I'm consistently bad at these names, so that's a good thing. But how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Man, I'm great now that we're talking and chatting.
Yes, that's good. I took a while to get here, but we're here.
That's right. That's right. Oh, all the good fun behind the scenes technical stuff. But speaking of technical stuff, I was reading a little bit about what you do. And how golf is such a crazy, soul-wrenching game. And there's nothing really else you can say. I mean, it truly is. It's so much fun, but also makes you want to commit bad things. How can you, when it comes to lowering your score, because golf does look like it's such a simple sport, and it's not. How did you stumble across your method of getting putting down? Because we could putt on a straight line with guardrails on it, and I'd still miss the hole. How did you perfect this method?
Well, you know, I started playing golf in 1996, and I had just retired from my second company. And my partner and I said, "Hey, as part of retirement, we're going to learn how to play golf." We both loved the game of golf, but we never had time to play it. So we started. I went up to the PGA school up in Maggie Valley, North Carolina, and took some lessons. 4 days of lessons, and I got pretty good with the 13 clubs in the bag, from the driver all the way to the pitching wedge. But I was having real trouble with putting, and putting long distances is a feely, touchy type of thing that the pros are really good at because they play 6 or 7 days a week. But the average golfer doesn't play but maybe 1, 2, 3 times at the most a week. And so you don't become a feely, touchy putter unless you're a really good athlete. I'm a pretty good athlete, but not a really good athlete, okay? And so I had the driver all the way to the pitching wedge. I was doing pretty good from the tee box to the green. But when I got on the green, I was 3 putting, sometimes even 4 putting. And I was ruining my score. I was 48 to 52 strokes on the rest of the course, but then I was putting 40 to 44 strokes putting. And I ended up playing in the 90s when I should have been playing in the 80s. Well, being an engineer, I had to figure out a solution to the problem, okay? And, putting is a force friction event. You got a ball that's running on a frictional surface, be it the green, the fringe, the first cut of rough, or the fairway. So these different frictional surfaces have different allowances to let your ball travel. So I thought, well, gosh, this guy, Edward Stimpson, invented the stimp meter back in 1935 at the U.S. Open. And they didn't use it in the USGA until 1976-77 season. But it was the methodology that they use today to determine the speed of the greens on the golf courses in all the tournaments around the world, be it the PGA or other professional tours. And so I thought, well, gosh, if he could take a ball and put it on a groove tube and let it roll down the hill and run onto the green a certain distance, and that would allow you to determine a reading for the speed of the green, then I ought to be able to figure a way to quantitatively measure that. And that was my supposition. That was my thesis. And then I had to go about to solve that problem. And so I got to thinking about it. And when you putt a golf ball, you use a pendulum motion with your shoulders.
Mhm.
Everybody does that. Don't matter how you hold the club, whatever you do. But when you putt a golf ball, your shoulders rock, and it's a pendulum motion. And I thought to myself, well, if I could somehow get my shoulder motion, that biomechanical motion, and then I could compare that to the friction on the surfaces and create some quantitative. Well, I started in 1996, and I had it working pretty good by 1998, and I dropped my putting from 40 to 44 strokes down to 34 to 36 strokes, but I was still improving the thing. And what's really cool about this quantitative method of putting is you can use it on any golf course anywhere in the world. If you'll show up 30 minutes early and practice on their putting greens, you can putt their course like it's your home course. And so to that end, what I found out after I didn't, engineers are funny people. They don't put anything in writing unless they're sure it's right. And that's what I had to do. So from 1996 to 2021, when I wrote the first edition of the book, I was practicing on golf courses all over the world, from the old course in Scotland to Pebble Beach, to all the major courses around the world, my home course, Meadowbrook Country Club. And I was trying this methodology on the greens, the fringe, the fairway, and the first cut rough. And I found out it's accurate, it's repeatable, it's reproducible, and most importantly, it's linear. And with those factors all being tested and retested and proven to be correct, it was time to write the book. And I did. And it really works.
That is so awesome though to be able to do that, because it is if you're a golfer, if you're new to the game or you're a seasoned veteran of golfing, it can be, especially if you don't spend a lot of time on the course. Golfing is one of those things that you need those reps in frequently. It seems like when it's always intimidating to be on that green when you feel like, oh, I can make this putt, this should be easy, and you turn at least a minimum of two or maximum of two in about 4 or 5 because you're too far. You rode to the left. You can't. Your eyes don't look at a straight line. How did when you started golfing, before you got to your method of doing this, and you're on those greens for the first few times, what was that experience like for you?
Well, I had a good teacher up at Maggie Valley. His name was Randy Bill. He was a PGA professional, and he even taught the method of putting to, when you're going downhill, you maybe reduce your swing speed or your stroke, or you hit the ball on the toe of the club instead of the heel of the club. So because there's less mass on the toe than there is on the heel. So he gave me his methodology of putting is pretty much what they teach in PGA schools all around the country. But it doesn't teach you the quantitative method. In other words, my biomechanical, the movement of your shoulders, that rocking swing and moving and retracting your putter so many inches behind the ball. See, when in a normal golf course that I play regularly at Meadowbrook, for every 1 inch of retraction for my individual power factor, and that's what I call that swing, my ball will travel 20 feet on Meadowbrook's greens. Okay. And so I know that if I am 60 feet away from the hole, I can retract my putter 3 inches and just normal swing. Don't baby it. Don't muscle it up. Just hit that normal biomechanical pendulum swing through the ball and push your putter through the ball, and it will travel 60 feet in my case. But everybody's got an individual power factor difference. For instance, my wife, who's also a very good golfer, her individual power factor on Meadowbrook is 11 feet per inch of retractions. Mine is 20, nearly twice what hers is. So every person has to go out, and I recommend people that buy my book, Putting by the Numbers, or go watch my videos. You don't even have to buy my book. I got a 23-minute video on course and a 10-minute video in-home practice. I show you exactly what I do. You can watch those videos, and then if you choose to buy my book to learn all the details, then you go out and you practice 3 days a week for 6 weeks, and I'll guarantee you after 6 weeks you will be an immensely better long distance putter.
So that means I have to buy the book because
Well, hey, I got it on sale right now, 99 cents. Kindle, it's a Kindle ebook on Amazon. Okay. If you buy the book, and I'll tell you what my special offer is for the month of August, the rest of July and August is anybody that buys my Kindle book for 99 cents, I will send them a soft copy of my book with a handwritten note and my signature in the book for their library.
whoa, there you go, guys. Y'all can't pass up this deal.
I mean,
That's
it's a
awesome.
deal. It's a, you know, it cost me $4 to ship it. So I mean, I'm putting some money in this deal.
You really are, and that's a lot of people don't do that, but that is cool because that's really sharing a passion that you have with other people, and how important
Yeah.
to expand the love of golf with others who maybe just think about taking it up and go, that's for somebody else to do.
Yeah. Well, this has been a passion of actually I've wanted to play golf all my life, and my dad was a natural athlete, and he could go out and play golf once a year and shoot near par because that was his natural athletic ability. I was not blessed with that kind of athletic ability. I had to work hard at everything I did. So I love golf, and I used to watch golf with my dad when I was a kid. But when you get golf was back in the day. I grew up in the 40s and 50s. Golf was a pretty expensive sport, and we didn't have a lot of cash, so it was hard for us to kids. I could play football, basketball, and baseball. Those are not so expensive sports, but I couldn't necessarily afford to play golf. So anyway, I went through college and got my engineering degree and went on and got my businesses. And then I thought, boy, I'm going to play the game that I've looked for to play all my whole life. And I did. And right now at 82 years old, I have a 7 handicap, and
Woo!
I'm pretty proud of it.
You should be. That's impressive.
And the only reason I have that is because of my putting.
I say, and that's brilliant. That is.
Yeah.
I played in high school on the golf team, and by the time I was done, I wasn't a bad golfer. And then I didn't play again until about 4 years later, and boy, did I suck. And that trend has continued for the last 40 plus years of just not being good at the game, but I don't play enough. But my dad, who was terrible at golf, and the reason I got into it, I forgot. I think he's around your handicap. I mean, him and his wife play all the time, and she's really good.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, Dad, I
Well,
don't even like playing with you anymore. It's not fun
yeah.
anymore because I'm going to get slaughtered. But it is so good, though, to have that. And the thing I love about golf is the different courses, the
Yeah.
experience of being out there.
Oh, yeah.
What is
Yeah.
your favorite course to play on?
Well, it's kind of interesting. I live on Meadowbrook Country Club's golf course on the 6th hole on the tee box, and I was a member of that club for 15 years, and but my wife and I were playing in tournaments 3 days a week, and we were both had pretty good handicaps, and we were regular golfers. Now that we're in our 80s, we don't play as much. I play maybe once or twice a week now. And so I gave up my membership at Meadowbrook after the 2020 season. And I've been freelancing and going around and playing public courses and some private courses when I get invited. But of all the courses I've played, I have to say, and this will kind of sound corny, but the old course at St. Andrews
Oh, my.
is an interesting course, and I recommend anybody that's going to play the game of golf. St. Andrews course is not that hard. Not that hard. The reason what makes it hard is the potbelly bunkers. But you can hit your ball on St. Andrews, and with those very closely cropped fairways, as long as you don't hit it into the heather or gorse, it'll run forever. I played St. Andrews in 1999 the first time, and didn't do too well. I shot 93, and then the last time I played it, in 2017, my wife and I played it together. I shot an 86, and I took a 9 on one par 4 because was hell bent on getting out of a potbelly bunker, but I couldn't get out. So I took a 9 on a par 4 and still shot an 86.
That's impressive. And how, I mean, that really is. I mean, because most people, I'd be like, okay, we're having a bad day here, buddy. I'm gonna have to jump into this bunker with it. How important is it to you to golf with your wife, though? I mean, to be able to travel and have a partner who enjoys the game like you do.
Oh, golf for my wife's had 2 hole-in-ones. I've had none.
Oh,
I've had 14. I've had 14 balls within 13 inches of the cup, and the closest one a quarter of an inch. But I've never had a hole-in-one. And so she's a really great golfer. And every time she gets a hole-in-one, I buy her a little diamond studded hole-in-one for her necklace. Okay, and so she swears she's going to get another one before we hang it up. And so it's going to cost me when she does it.
Well, that's
so,
thing, though. That's awesome. She probably will.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
Yeah, and that's it really makes a great. Matter of fact, we're going out at 3:20 this afternoon here Pacific time, and we're gonna play a little 18-hole executive golf course in Santa Loma. We're in Solana Beach, California right now, but we play this executive course twice a week right now, and it's a lot of fun. It really helps you play with your irons, and they've got 4 par 4s on the course. The rest of them are all par 3s, so it really helps you with your short game. And when we get back to St. Louis, where we're from, we're playing in the tournament up at the Lake Valley in October. So we're going to be ready to play when we get back. And we old timers, we like to sneak up on those young people and kind of whip them once in a while.
Well, I can tell you there's some you can whip rather easily. It's just, I tell you, I have so much respect for people who play regularly because it's fun to watch. It's fun to be out there. So I ask this question of golfers all the time, except for your putter. We leave that because we always have to have our putter. Outside of your putter, what are the 2 clubs you can't do without in your bag?
Well, I actually have 3, but I'll have to break it down to 2.
Well, let's do 3. Let's do 3 because
okay,
there's plenty of clubs.
All right, I'm a lot like Arnold Palmer's thought was. You got to have a good driver, got to have a great 7-iron, and you got to have a great lob wedge. Those are my 3 clubs.
There you go.
And
What's the angle on your lob? What is the angle on that lob wedge?
60 degree.
It is 60 degrees.
Yeah. It's 52. 52 on the pitching wedge, 56 on the sand wedge, and 60 on the lob wedge. I've got a set of gosh, I can't think of the name of my clubs. But they're new technologies. As a matter of fact, my wife just Christmas of 24, I was playing with Ping Zings and had a nice set of woods. And I'll be darned if I can't. It starts with a C. The clubs. Gosh, what is? Can't think of the name of them. I apologize, but. Anyway, the new technology clubs, do they make a difference? Oh my gosh. I was hitting my Ping Zing 7-iron, for example, approximately 125 to 130 yards. I got my new set of new technology clubs, and I'm hitting my 7-iron now 145 to 150. Every one of my clubs in my bag, I'm hitting 20 yards further than I used to.
Oh, that's wild. This technology.
That's the gosh darn truth. I couldn't believe it. I thought golf was all about the guy that's swinging the club, but no, the new technology that they have created is just enormous. And I would recommend anybody that's got 20-year-old clubs or even 10-year-old clubs, go out and get a new set of clubs, and you'll improve your game.
Well, so speaking of that, these drivers have come such a long way, whether they're weighted or gravity fed or whatever they are now, even from their from the shafts. What is your go-to on your shaft and the head of your club? Do you like the adjustable weighted clubs, or you have to have yours specifically tailored to you?
I have my clubs fitted to me. Absolutely. I believe in having your clubs fitted to you, and that's what I did with the last set of clubs I bought. And they're tailor-made. I'm sorry, now I remember the name, tailor-made, okay? So yeah, I believe in having a competent guy in a great golf shop. And I don't know if you remember Ozzie Smith in baseball.
Yes, sir.
But I went to the same place that Ozzie Smith got his clubs fitted from in Golf Discount in St. Louis, Missouri. And the guy there fitted him for me. And man, am I appreciative because these new clubs are so forgiving. If you get it anywhere close to the sweet spot, you're not going to hook it. You're not going to flare it off to the right. You're going to hit a pretty decent shot if you get even in any part of the club that's a decent part.
Oh, that's awesome. Is there a certain
Yeah.
shaft you prefer?
What's that?
Is there a certain kind of shaft you prefer? You like the graphite? You like aluminum? You like it more stiff or flexible?
Well, I used to use a stiff shaft when I was a younger man, had a higher swing speed, but now I'm using the graphite shafts, and I'm using a regular stiffness rather than a stiff club.
Gotcha.
Because my swing speed now, maximum swing speed for me right now is about 95 on my best day, but I'm running between an 88 and a 95 mile an hour swing speed off the tee.
Oh, there you go. Okay, nice. So
So,
now, once again, your book. Where can people get this book?
well, the best place to get it and the most cost effective place to get it is Amazon. Okay. And you could go to Amazon or you can go to my website, puttingbythenumbers.com, or you can go to my other website, boblabbe.com. And then there's 44,000 internet sites around the world that are selling it.
Yeah.
So I'm selling a lot of books. People are really starting to get interested in this, and I'm so happy for it because my goal in life at this point is there's 30 million golfers in the United States. There's 300 million golfers worldwide, and there's 100 million, believe it or not, miniature golfers worldwide.
Oh my God.
So that tells you there's 430 million people that actually swing a golf club. And I would like to reach out to all those people and tell them, hey, there is a measurable quantitative way to putt a golf ball accurately so you can one putt or two putt. You don't have to three putt or four putt anymore. Now, let me say this, to be honest, I still have a three putt every 2 or 3 rounds. I'll screw up and do a three putt every 2 or 3 rounds, but generally my putting average last year was 30.5 putts per round. And the pros, they're trying to focus on 28 or less. I could never be that good, but I have gotten it down to 30.5 putts per round, and that's why I have a 7 handicap.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I just bought your book.
Oh, good. Well, okay. Read it. Give me a review, and I'll send you a soft copy. All you got to do is send me your mailing address.
I will do that, but anything that can help my score out, I want to do because it's pretty bad. It's pretty awful. Let me ask you though, just on a fun topic, it's been nice to see the explosion of the interest in the game of golf here in the last few years. I mean, before it's just dad's thing. We're not watching that, but now the craze is everybody's watching golf. They watch the Masters. I mean, the Ryder Cup phenomenon in and of itself these days. And it's so much fun to watch. But who is your favorite golfer? Let's go old school because it's easy to name these new guys. Who was one of your favorite golfers of all time? Give me 2.
Okay. Well, I was at the AT&T Classic. I lived in Atlanta for 42 years. I've lived in St. Louis for 20 years now. But I was at the Atlanta AT&T Golf Classic back in I believe it was 1988. And after Jack Nicklaus had come out of the scoring tent, Ed Griffith and I from Union Carbide, we were there on a business type of adventure. And Jack comes out of the scoring tent, and I thought, I don't know if this guy's approachable or not. But anyway, I said, "Oh, Mr. Nicklaus, my name is Bob Labbe, and this is my friend Ed Griffith." And he engaged us in conversation for 5 minutes. And of course, I mean, he didn't know me from Adam's house cat.
Yeah.
So I think, and I've always, and the reason, not only was Jack friendly, but he's among, in my mind, if not the best golfer in the world, one of the best golfers in the world, having won 18 majors and all. And what was interesting about Jack is, if I recall the numbers correctly, he won 82 PGA events, and I think he came in second place 81 times, which is that's pretty impressive. Plus winning 18 majors. I mean, so Jack Nicklaus is my number one golfer, and then of course I think Bobby Jones in his time
Oh wow, yeah.
was the icon of his era. So Bobby Jones was the icon in his time. Jack Nicklaus in his time, Tiger Woods, of course, in his time, and maybe Scotty Sheffield in his time.
Scotty Sheffield. He is such a good dude. He's a
Yeah,
really
he
good
is.
guy. I loved
Yeah.
Arnold Palmer. I was a huge Palmer fan, but I was also born and raised in Texas. So Lee Trevino
Oh yeah.
was
Yeah,
one that we just gravitated towards. And I think just because I was young and he was a Texan, and I thought that's what I have to root for, a fellow Texan here. But
Yeah.
all those golfers were so good. We had Palmer, Nicklaus, you had Trevino, but
Watson.
you also had,
Yeah.
they were just
Yeah, we had some really great golfers, but I think you asked the question of why is golf exploding like it is. And I think what's happened. I think, of course, back in the day of Nicklaus and Palmer and those guys, they didn't put a lot of emphasis on physical fitness,
Yeah.
or athleticism, so to speak, and they didn't work out. They didn't train themselves. These guys today, since the Tiger Woods era and the Phil Mickelson being, the physical fitness that these guys are putting into their efforts these days, the amount, of course, they practice. I think they're practicing more than the guys in the old era. These guys, it's a full-time job. And between the athleticism, the physical fitness, and the technology and the clubs, they're playing at a level of game that couldn't be played 50 years ago.
Well, I agree. Yeah, completely.
And so I think that the people are interested in the game because they see it as now an athletic game and not just an old man's game.
Yeah, no, you're 100% correct there too. And when Tiger came on the scene and he saw how physically fit he was and how he spent as much time working out, getting his body ready for those long hauls on the course, it really did change the game. Because I always loved Phil. He was another fascinating one. But these new golfers these days, there's a lot of personality out there nowadays. That it's evolved from the gentleman's game. And I still think it is to an extent, but it really has evolved more to a true competition. Where it's really fierce nowadays.
Well, I think what's really cool about it, though, is unlike any other game on the planet, if you create an error, you have to call it on yourself. If you make a mistake, you're going to have to take a penalty. You call that penalty on yourself. There's no other game on the planet like that. So that creates the most honorable people in the world, as far as I'm concerned, to play this game. And so I could say this: my wife and I love to play golf because we meet so many great, nice people.
It's amazing too. It really is. You don't meet just many bad characters on a golf course. You might meet a lot of frustrating characters on a golf course, but you don't meet many bad people out there, and that's what's great. Bob, I appreciate your time today, buddy. Thank you so very much for doing this and talking golf with me, because I can't get many people to do it.
Yeah, well, it's been a pleasure. I could talk all day with you if we had the time and you had the time. But I've enjoyed you having me, first of all, and enjoyed our conversation. And as I say, all you got to do is send me your address, and I'll send you a signed copy of my book.
BobLabbe.com, BobLabbe.com, folks. Go get it. It's just a simple click. It's all you got to do on Amazon. It's real easy. And you can get this man's book, because I'm going to put it to good use.
Okay.
Somebody's got to help me. I'm relying on Bob here to do that thing now.
You need to have me back in a year and tell me how it's improved your game.
Dude, I would love to have you back in a year, and let's have this discussion. because I want to see it too. But Bob, I appreciate your time this afternoon. You and your lovely wife have a great game of golf this afternoon, man.
Okay, take care.
Take care of yourself. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, folks, there you have it. The one and only Bob Labbe. Oh, my God. This is great, right? Has this not been awesome? And you learned a little bit. You learned we love golf, and you should take up the sport of golf. Golf is so much fun. It is so much fun. If you want to improve your game, what better way to do that than get Bob's book? Yeah, Putting by the Numbers by Bob Labbe. Labbe. I know, because some of y'all, if you're like me, you're going to try to spell it the other way. But don't do it. Get this book. Make it part of yours now. You heard Bob. You're getting a great deal, and you can probably even get you a good autograph if you give him a good review. Probably just any review would do, but be honest. Be honest about it. We were just talking about golf being a gentleman's game. Let's go. You have been listening to the FAFO Podcast. Facts, Truth, No BS. Let's effing go, guys. I'll see y'all next time.
Have a tank of gas. Does he boots on the wood, let the whiskey pass? I ain't preaching from a pulpit, I'm talking from the scar. You can dress up a lie, but it won't get far. They call it toxic.